Hey, I'm Charli XCX and I'm going to be walking you guys through my skincare routine and my morning after makeup look. My first step is my cleanser. It smells really good. I sort of put about that much on. I read somewhere that you're supposed to do upwards strokes, which is actually really kind of unnatural to me because I just want to do this. But apparently you're supposed to go up because it keeps you young. I kind of only really got into skincare like when I was a little bit older. I actually got a bout of adult acne when I was 25, which I've heard is a common thing for women. They go through like a second puberty. That was when I was like, oh, skincare, I should probably learn about that. My next step, my cleansing water. I use Dr. Jar, and I actually found these really cool, environmentally friendly makeup wipes or cleansing pads. Barbara Sturm eye cream. If I'm on tour a lot and I'm not really like cleansing my skin properly, just because I like go really hard on stage, that's when I kind of can get like more blemishes and, you know, build-ups. I mean, it's obvious, I suppose. I'm just like quite lazy, so I'm just learning to really like stick to my routine. My next step is this Ole Henriksen serum. It kind of smells like Aperol spritz, you know, when they like burn the orange and then they put it in the glass. So yeah, you know, if you like cocktails, you'll like this. I do have quite a wide range of products, and I think really it was when I first started getting into skincare, I kind of dove so deep in. Like with most things I do, I like to run before I can walk, and when I become obsessed with something, I just go so hardcore. So when I finally did get into skincare, I was like exploring everything. I wanted to try every product. I wanted to have an opinion on every product. So that's kind of how I, you know, figured out my favorite brands from like trial and error. I think this is like the bougiest step in not only my skincare routine, but possibly like my life. This is my moisturizer, and I use La Mer. I'm sort of anti this idea that there's like one skin product that can save your life. So when my friend told me like, you should use it, it's gonna change your life, she was right. I just feel very, very hydrated, and yeah, I feel like my skin kind of like drinks this up. SPF, I use Algenist. I never really understood that like SPF was really important until I moved to LA. I'm from the UK originally, so we don't like get too much sun there, but sun comes through the clouds, guys. Like I learned that. So, you know, just I didn't know that, but passing on that bit of info for you. If you didn't know, you probably did. Once the SPF is in, I use this Quarterly Beauty Elixir. And that's just like a nice little freshening final moment skincare routine. When I was in school, I was like super emo, and the only thing I could do was like huge black eyes, kind of like raccoon eyes. And I think that this makeup look is just sort of a more like subtle progression from those days. I also think it's timeless. Let's just call it timeless. The way I kind of like came up with this look is basically just by not taking off my eye makeup when I would go out, just because I was just ready to come home and pass out essentially. I always sort of found that when I did go out and then I like slept in my eye makeup, it would always kind of look better in the morning, like that like slept in kind of French vibe, I suppose. Okay, so here we go. I keep it messy, just like the school days. Shout out Avril Lavigne, like, you're my biggest inspo. I always like to drag the corner out, just kind of along the natural line. When I was in school, I would sometimes get in trouble for wearing makeup just because I would wear a bit too much on the eye. I also always looked crazy in school because I could never like do foundation. Like I just couldn't do it. And I feel like that's kind of like the same with all of my friends in school. Like no one could do foundation or concealer. It was constantly like a shade too dark, crumbly, wrong. And that's why I'm actually completely blown away by the younger generation on TikTok, because anyone who's doing makeup on TikTok is absolutely stunning and killing it. I never put concealer under my eyes, really ever, but especially not when I'm doing this look, because I kind of like the eye bag look. Like, I love it. I had such a fun and interesting and weird time on TikTok earlier this year when a song of mine like randomly blew up, and I kind of got into the platform even more, hence why I'm now like obsessed with dog TikTok, mushroom TikTok, beauty TikTok. I just love how the platform can kind of spiral something. It's completely crazy. And with the song, it was so strange to see people all over the world like doing the dance, which, yes, is this. So now you've got your eye on, now you want to take it off, which I know sounds completely pointless, but honestly, the taking off makes, for me, in my opinion, this like really kind of nice, quite subtle shape, which I'm not skilled enough to just like do from the jump. So I use Lancome, this amazing makeup remover. I think one of the reasons that I keep it quite minimal with my makeup is because when I was younger, I was crazy with makeup. Actually, I wasn't even using makeup, I was using face paint. I thought it would be like really cool to just use kids' face paint to do my makeup. And this was actually when I was still releasing music or beginning to release music. So there is unfortunately like a lot of evidence out there online. I used to paint my face like big, like rosy cheeks and like wear like a kind of like blue Marie Antoinette style wig. It wasn't very cool. Then I just do that. And yeah, as I said, don't worry if any of it falls underneath here. It's just kind of nice to like look a bit tired with this look. Like you just woke up and you just had the best night ever, and that adds to the vibe, I think. I kind of just like to enhance the sort of natural color of my eyelid, which is a little bit darker anyways. So I use Pat McGrath. I like paint some of it onto my hand just so that it's not like super like dark when I go on. Mascara. I almost just like doing the outside lashes and like pulling them out. I'm too messy to get in there, you know, it always ends up all over my face. The best thing about doing this look is you can do it anywhere. I was actually in Miami the other week for Pride. I played my Pride show, and then the day after we went out, I still had like some of the eye makeup residue on, and so I just sort of like was building on it as I was like walking down the street to meet my friends for dinner. If I didn't have time to do any makeup ever at all, but I could do one thing, it would be just doing my brows. I use hairspray to do my brows. I like to be really like up. I also never pluck my eyebrows because I like that Frida vibe. I definitely used to get bullied for that in school because I would always have a monobrow, but those kids didn't know anything about anything. I use this Milk Makeup cheek and lip stick. I'm kind of into this whole e-girl thing where it's like, you know, this vibe. I'm probably doing this so wrong. I found out about the e-girl look just from like friends who were doing it. And I guess, I don't want to speak out of turn here, but I think it's kind of like an evolution of like Tumblr girl style, which I was very much into when I was releasing my first music. So I kind of felt like a bit of an affinity with this look, and also that kind of like, I feel like it plays into that like Harajuku, like gothic Lolita kind of a vibe. I like doing a lip combo. So I use this Glossier shade, which I really rate. I really, really rate the shade. It feels very like bitten and kind of grungy, I suppose. And then also I combine it with Charlotte Tilbury Birkin Brown. And again, like on the hand, I feel like I have so many kind of like nights where I've been out with friends and they're like, oh, try this, use this, blah, blah, blah. And then we all just end up swapping products and I come home with a load of other people's like lipsticks and vice versa, you know? So I just pat this on. The final thing, which again is like up there with doing the brows, is like one of my favorite bits, my lip balm. And I use Laneige. I'm just addicted to this. Like, I think I have about 5 of these in different areas in my house. I have one in my car, I have like 2 in different purses. If I leave the house without this lip balm and I realize I have to come back, drive home and get it because I cannot go anywhere without it. That is the final look. And thank you guys so much for watching. This is the morning after makeup look with me, Charli XCX, Lazy Party Queen. Enjoy, and yeah, bye.